Hello everybody, welcome back, and as you can tell by a distinct lack of birds singing and blue sky that the bad weather has arrived. So I feel, well, there's only one thing I can be doing. Let's get back into that bedroom. Yeah, I want to go and try out something new to see if I can make a bit of progress in the master bedroom suite, which, if anyone doesn't really remember, that's the dressing room that I was moving around and get rid of some stuff the other day. That's the big master bedroom, and then that is another bedroom. As I said before, it's very pink, so it's like being inside Barbie's nightmare. And that's all going to be one suite now. It's opened up. I need to get back to it, so let's try a new product which Billy and Sadie recommended and see if we can get that wallpaper down, ready to get the walls sorted. I feel slightly vindicated for all the stuff we've been doing outside, knowing that it would soon be time to be back in this room. So, as you can tell, it is actually a bit dark in here at the moment. I'm going to try out new product, or a new to me product, shall I say, to try to get rid of the wallpaper quickly and easily, and then hopefully that will make large amounts of other decorating in this place easier. So Billy and Sadie have used this stuff, sort of brush on and then peel off the wallpaper. They don't have horrible vinyl wallpaper, which most of the stuff in the chateau is, which is also the massive problem, as I've said before, because vinyl wallpaper, it doesn't breathe and the house goes mouldy. So that is actually the main reason why this started. Main reason why I haven't tried this before, and I guess we're going to find out if it is any easier than steaming, because this room is a bit of a test in many ways. One, on colour schemes, all the rest of it, but two, how to do everything else quicker and better. It's a 500ml bottle, 250ml, so we've got just over half actually into my 5 litres. Mix it up, see if it works. Towel down so I don't damage the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it out on the difficult areas for the steamer. So the edges, so some of this will be just the underneath, the backing paper of the vinyl, and some of it will be the bits of vinyl which has been scored, or with the spiky roller, enough to get it off. Let's see what it all looks like. There's a little bit of unscored. Just those little sections I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it the 10 minutes it's supposed to, try it out, and then if it's all good, let's go. It's 10 minutes later. Oh, okay. Literally. That one not so much. So, the normal paper, yes. Hate vinyl wallpaper! Let's try more. More usually helps. Now, I'm going to show you how bad vinyl wallpaper is for buildings, especially old ones. So, that's the bit I've just peeled off. That is what I painted over, that's the under layer, so it's soaked through, you know, the under layer of paper. That is the under layer of paper from the bits I've just pulled off, and it is bone dry. So that has stopped moisture getting to it, but in the same way as it stopped moisture escaping it, which is why we have all of these issues in the corners, which of course always get the most condensation and damp. Yep, I hate wallpaper. I hate vinyl wallpaper. Ah. essentially, because of the vinyl, it's double layered. So here we go. So this is the top layer, which doesn't let the walls breathe, traps condensation underneath it, because the walls, an old house like this needs to breathe. They are meant to. This one especially, it's got concrete render on the outside, not lime, so it doesn't. So basically, you've got to try to get this off, then you get to this stuff. The underlayer, which is basically the same as normal wallpaper. So the stuff that stripping stuff that you paint on will get rid of this stuff without the steamer very, very easily, but it doesn't touch this. And the problem with this is you need to make it porous with the spiky roller, and then basically just get a little bit of steam to it and gently pull that layer off. It doesn't just come off in strips, unfortunately. You see it rips very easily. So once I've got the steamer out to get the top layer off in a certain section, you know, for the going up and down a ladder, ground, you know, an area down here maybe, but once I'm up there, you know, painting something on, leaving it 10 minutes, then coming back to strip it, I'm already up there with the steamer. So I think it's going to be a combination of, but I've really only got up there and that bit to do left after I've moved some stuff around. So I've tried a new idea, but it's not quite. So yeah, getting somewhere. So it's a little bit of a fail with the fluid, because basically I need to get the steamer out anyway to try to get the vinyl off the top to then be able to use the fluid. I think it might work at the lower ends, but it might make another job much, much quicker, which I'd like to do for the event next year. And in general, to be honest. So I don't know how many people remember, or new people who don't know, but obviously this place was turned into a hotel in the 70s. I use hotel loosely because, well, yeah. It wasn't a luxury hotel. Let's be honest. And it was very, very typically French. So lots of the decor is from that. Including the French love of wallpapering everything, including doors. So lots of this stuff is going away to a storage unit at the workshop, which is why it hasn't been put away yet from the event, because I'm just fixing stuff. There's loads of screws out of that, bits and pieces that need fixing before they get stored for next year. So this is the dining room, but it is the original through entrance, you know, from front to back of the chateau when it was twice the size. And in here are the toilets, which were made downstairs for when it was a restaurant, so they were downstairs toilets. And of course, the floor won't take much to do, a lot of sand and stuff. Whether these get done or not is a different matter. You know, these things aren't that difficult. It is the fact that it's just an absolutely disgusting wallpaper everywhere, including all over the front and the back of the doors. And that isn't vinyl. So that will actually be not a bad job to get this. There's not a huge room either, is it? So this could actually be made much, much, much nicer for next year. And then, of course, you know, my use inside, if that stuff works on this paper quite well. So what I might do is I might just try that fluid on these two doors, nothing else, because if it doesn't do it very well, it's only the two doors I've got to take down and paint, and that'll make a different, and I can leave the rest up if I don't have time. I won't be making a mess. But if it does bring stuff off the doors, then I can just do the whole lot, get this lot down, and then get this painted into some nice colours, and then I'll do the floor. So trying new stuff is never a bad thing. So upsettingly, the fluid didn't work on the vinyl wallpaper, and obviously I haven't got huge amounts left in that room to go, but it's the amount of other rooms which have it. It would have just, you know, made a big difference, because some of those other rooms I could have gone up, painted it on, pulled the wallpaper off, and then left it to just dry out and stuff, because they're rooms that aren't getting decorated yet. However, there are lots that don't have it. It works quite well on that, and that might have opened up some avenues for other things. It's always worth spending a bit of time trying these different things to streamline things in the future. So I found something that works, but just not for the job that I thought it was going to work. So next, I'm just going to finish off the wallpaper tomorrow with the steamer, and then try and get the walls smoothed out and then dried, ready for basically fixing up, and then getting the woodwork done and paint. So I better get to it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.